Well, hey there, it's Brent Adams with your morning ag update here, and I am with Adam Warner. He is a great country music artist out of Nashville, originally from Illinois. We are at the Farm Progress Show 2023. Adam's got a great new song out that speaks to the farmer.
Yeah, it's actually called The Farmer. It's a bit of a rock influence of Paul Harvey's poem, God Made the Farmer. So go check it out if you want to get fired up to start your day.
Absolutely. He's been playing at the Farm Credit Tent here at the Farm Progress Show. He has got it cranked up, and everybody's loving that music here. So it's been a treat to catch up with him here this week. I know Steve has played his music and enjoys him, and we just wanted to stop by and say hey and let you know that this is the final day of the Farm Progress Show. It's open from 8 to 4 today. You can get your tickets at the door, $20. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of time if you're still coming out today. There's a lot to see and do. Over 600 exhibitors. We've had a great time here. A special thank you to our partners at AGCO who have been a great host here. We've had the mobile studio set up, and we're having a blast. Other than that, here's the news.
Well, here at the Farm Progress Show, U.S. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack has announced new investments in USDA's Rural Energy for America program. More from USDA Radio's Gary Crawford.
The REAP program, Rural Energy for America program, has been around for 15 years, but it's still going strong. And at the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois, Wednesday,
today we're announcing $266 million of REAP.
Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said the new REAP loans and grants will translate into
1,334 investments across 47 states and 2 territories to help farmers lower their costs in terms of their own power needs, and also potentially create more revenue on the farm.
On that score, Vilsack gave an example of a Rhode Island farm that used the REAP program to put in a renewable energy generation system.
And they're generating about $66,000 of additional income on their farm because they are basically selling excess power to their electric co-op that needs that power.
Since December of 22, USDA has made up to $1.3 billion available for REAP projects nationwide.
Also at the Farm Progress Show, Vilsack talked about USDA's fertilizer initiative. Here again is Gary Crawford.
The most well-known aspect of the USDA's fertilizer initiative includes, of course, increasing the production capacity of current U.S. fertilizer plants and building new ones.
So we are no longer going to be as connected to Russian and Belarus fertilizer.
But Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack told the Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois, Wednesday that along with simply boosting U.S. production of fertilizer,
we're learning more about how to more effectively and efficiently use fertilizer. There is some indication that maybe as much as 30% of our corn acres don't even have to be fertilized at all, as we equip farmers with the information, sensor technology and alike, to be able to know precisely how to use and where to use fertilizer. We can bring costs down.
And he says farm profits up, particularly for small and mid-sized producers who Vilsack says will also benefit from the rapid development of a bio-based, climate-smart ag economy.
It has never been a better time to be in agriculture.
This is Gary Crawford reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
After the address, Vilsack, who's been asked about the Farm Bill many times by farmers, other ag industry professionals, and the media, said the programs he outlined for the Farm Progress Show crowd are examples of the way the federal government is providing assistance to farmers outside of the funding earmarked in the last Farm Bill.
I know that there's a tremendous amount of focus, as there should be, on things like the Farm Bill and the budget. But I think it's important to note that the Department of Agriculture has a number of tools that are incredibly important in terms of being able to build an alternative to the notion that there's only one option for farms in this country, which is they need to get bigger or eventually they need to get out. I think we have put in place with the work of the Congresswoman, the passage of the American Rescue Plan, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the Inflation Reduction Act, and the use of CCC, we've created and used the tools provided in those bills to create a significant number of alternatives, from climate-smart agriculture to ecosystem service market participation, to the ability of farms to provide excess energy to co-ops that are transitioning to renewable sources, to more processing capacity in this country, to local and regional food systems that are growing up all across the country, to more use of the federal procurement resources as we buy food for food banks and schools to make sure that the local producers are engaged and involved and benefit from those market opportunities. We'll be announcing in the near term additional awards in our fertilizer initiative. We've already awarded 21 awards. We anticipate a significant number of more awards in the near future. And of course, we're excited about the opportunity for product production from agricultural waste, specifically sustainable aviation fuel.
And just as Vilsack was wrapping up his time with the press gaggle, American Farm Bureau Federation President Zippy Duval arrived and spent some time with the media.
Zippy, there's a lot of talk about innovation here at this show. Tell us a bit about what you're seeing out here and what excites you about the future of farming on display here this week.
Well, you know, the level of innovation that you can see at these shows is just amazing. Our farmers and ranchers continue to find ways to do things more efficient, use less to grow more, and this is a place to come and see it and experience it. And you can't help from thinking very positively about the future of agriculture when you come and see what's at our fingertips. Of course, it's a very difficult time with prices and the economy and the cost of land and the cost of money, and that makes it difficult to take advantage of some of these technologies. But these technologies may be the way out for them to be a little bit more efficient and be able to make ends meet.
And you spend a lot of time going around the country listening to the concerns of your members. What's the travel schedule look like over the summer, and what do you got coming up for the fall?
Well, I've been heavily traveling this summer, and I've been all over the country, in all 4 regions of the country. And I just came from New York, spent 3 days in New York. And I will tell you the dominating discussion other than Farm Bill is labor, and where we go in the future with the lack of labor. People are ready to expand and react to the need of food across the world, and we can't do it without the proper labor force.
Right. Well, I've heard that a lot here this week, and you know, in spending time in Washington, D.C. and talking to the ag committees, they understand there's an issue there, but with all these other issues, it seems like one of the biggest issues out there always seems to get pushed to the back burner.
It is, but I think it's a very difficult issue for these two parties to come together on that. But I think we're slowly but surely making them realize the critical level that we're at right now, and how bad we need a solution to our problem.
Also this week, more than 130 new appointees will soon provide their input on agricultural trade issues through 2 USDA-U.S. Trade Representative Advisory Committees. USDA Radio's Rod Bain has the details.
The latest appointments for federal agricultural trade advisory committees were recently announced.
One is called the Agriculture Policy Advisory Committee, and the other is the Agriculture Technical Advisory Committee. So these go by the acronyms of APAC and ATAC.
U.S. Trade Representative Chief Ag Negotiator Doug McCaleb says 134 new private sector representatives will join current committee members to advise USTR and USDA on ag trade matters.
They are able to offer their technical advice and information. They can provide specific commodity production input. And all of this is very valuable to having a successful agriculture trade strategy, and to make sure that we are incorporating all the best information into our trade discussions with partners around the globe.
The ambassador notes the importance of advisory committee members in bringing farmer and producer knowledge and input into trade discussions.
And finally this morning, the latest U.S. topsoil moisture condition report reflects the highest very short-to-short national rating in a decade. Here one final time is Rod Bain.
Another sign of summer weather conditions across the country. Only 3% of the nation's topsoil moisture is surplus.
Most of that wetness is related to lingering and ongoing wetness in the Northeast and parts of the Great Lakes region. Vermont, 45% surplus. Michigan at 28% surplus are a couple of the wetter states.
While USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey notes a 52% very short-to-short topsoil moisture rating for the period ending August 27th, up 5% from the previous week.
We actually have our highest national number, that 52% very short to short, highest in the last 10 years. And that actually tops the numbers we saw in late August of 2020, 2021, and 2022, ever so slightly.
Pockets of dryness include within the South Central and Gulf Coast regions, led by Texas with 93% very short to short topsoil moisture condition. I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
And that was your news. Again, the Farm Progress Show going on yet today, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. Get there. Otherwise, we'll catch you on down the road. For Adam Warner, it's Brent Adams here with your morning ag update from Rural Strong Media. Have a great day, everybody.